Hi, good morning, Alberto. Nice to talk to you on a Friday afternoon. It's great to have you join us for the LatentView Roundtable on the February 21st. Have Alberto, who is the head of partnerships and digital at Unilever R&D, has agreed to do a joint keynote with LatentView on some of the work that we have been doing on the innovation side. Alberto, it's been a fairly exciting time at Unilever, so thanks for taking the time and look forward to having you on us.
Thank you, Krishnan.
So, the question that I have for you is how has Unilever evolved its approach on looking at innovation and measuring return on innovation? I know we will discuss this in quite a lot of detail, but can you give
Yeah.
the viewers some example in terms of how you're thinking about it and what this keynote would cover?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the question. I think in order to understand, how to best measure return on innovation, I think we need to first understand the role that R&D has been playing in the industry, and particularly in the last 3 or 4 years. The significant contribution that the R&D function is actually making to creating new innovation. In the form of differentiated and superior products, in the form of sustainable innovation. What we see is that in the last few years, R&D's contribution to that has been increasing, and that is probably in the industry overall, but specifically within Unilever. Now, when you look at what R&D does and what that contribution looks like, what you're able to see is that there's a short-term aspect to it that is driven by, if you like, the agility to be able to react or even predict changes in the marketplace. And I'll go more specific into that in a minute. So there's a mid or short-term aspect of the contribution that R&D makes, which is fairly, straightforward to measure because it translates into incremental turnover within the year. And then there is a mid-longer term view as well, because when it comes to investing in science platforms, largely this becomes a multi-year activity. And the challenge is how to best measure the impact that this will have on turnover, and what are the leading and lagging indicators that you should apply along the way.
Got it.
So if we focus first on the, if you like, on the first one, a lot of what we do is, reformulating products. Sometimes it's about disruptions in our supply chain because of geopolitical tensions. Sometimes it could be climate change and the fact that global warming is disrupting crops, and some of these crops are key ingredients for our food products. Sometimes it could be inflation of our raw materials, and sometimes it could be that we want to make our products more sustainable. All of that involves reformulating our products at speed and scale. And the only way to do that is by leveraging digital tools, the ability to reformulate constantly and make sure that all the changes that you're doing in your products, in your formulations, is actually carried out and executed all the way downstream to our supply chain. So the impact of that often is about business sustainability. So business continuity, you need to continue to do business in a disrupted environment. And sometimes it's indeed about incremental turnover that you're able to generate because you get better products, improved products, sometimes with a stronger performance, lower cost, more sustainable. That's the bread and butter of what R&D does in the short term.
Right.
In the long term, we do invest in science a lot because we believe that science is a key enabler of superiority of superior products, and that's a much more strategic initiative. So it needs to be grounded on strategy. It needs to be grounded on our understanding of what the macro trends are. There's a lot that you can achieve and accelerate and boost when it comes to scientific discovery by leveraging digital tools. We talk at Unilever about doing more and more in silico science, leveraging models, advanced analytics to be able to get to scientific discoveries faster and more effectively. So there, we invest in these science platforms with a strategic intent, and we try to make sure that as early as possible, we are already attaching that program or those programs, if you like, to specific propositions that we will be launching in the market with differentiating claims and with an expected turnover generation. So we try to make sure that there's a very clear line of sight, if you like, between the investments that we're making multi-year and the ability for us to generate return from that effort.
Right. I think this is going to be an exciting topic. And I also feel that a lot of people will be interested in it, especially the way you talked about short term and long term is going to be fairly fascinating. I look forward to hosting you at the Savoy on February 21st, and look forward to seeing a lot of you guys there as well, and asking and hearing from Alberto firsthand, and also asking him questions on how Unilever does this. Look
Thank
forward
you
to
very
that,
much,
Alberto.
Krishnan. Looking forward,
Thank
me
you.
too. Thank you.